If you are a fan of all things Momaha, we understand. We're right there with you. That's why we wanted to bring you this Momaha Mondays series.
Our guests regularly contribute to Momaha.com. Today they're tackling dress codes. And could it be that what students wear contributes to violence?
We'll talk to Danielle Herzog, Josie Loza, and Amy Grace. They're here to talk about all things.
Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
So dress code, I remember being, what's wrong?
I just feel like this stool at any moment could just snap and I'm gone.
I'm catching you.
I'm wearing a skirt today, so
There's a
my
switch
apologies.
There's a switch
Guys,
under the
look at
stool.
this.
I could pull this switch and it could just drop down.
Eject.
Look,
Eject.
we're both in trouble, so we're going to sit nice and still.
Just go this way. Just go this way.
You got it. I appreciate
Why
the
are you
support.
leaning? You are leaning toward me.
I'm fearful.
Okay, let's talk about what we're here to talk about. Dress codes. I remember being in high school, and there was talk of this. You know, I don't want to tell you how long ago, but it was a while ago.
Yeah,
we were
last
talking
year.
about dress codes. Well, 20-some years ago. But I was terrified as a high school student at that time having a dress code. But what is the status today of dress codes for public schools?
There are a certain amount of public schools that are now initiating uniforms and dress code policies. Something that recently came up in the news is there was a public school that wouldn't allow high school girls to wear spaghetti straps.
Is this a piece out of Wichita?
Yes, and because they said it's too distracting to boys, which I thought was kind of interesting because I think that's a slippery slope. Are we going to eliminate tight jeans?
Yeah.
Are we going to eliminate tight shirts? And so it stirs this very good debate of, is public school a place to have uniforms or not?
Are the two of you moms of daughters or sons or both?
Sons.
Sons. So what do you think about dress codes and this idea that some of these policies lean more toward the girls and the young women and the guys?
Mine are still really young, I mean elementary age, but I mean even in that, you know, we always get the dress code book, the code of conduct, and you read through it, and if I'm correct, OPS doesn't allow spaghetti straps, but yet so many teachers and so many principals and administrators kind of turn their head a little bit and don't really enforce it.
Yeah.
So I think now that my youngster's starting to get a little tall, a little leggy, her arms are branching out, I try to dress her appropriate, or as appropriate that I think that she can.
One of the points in this piece was that as administrators, we're trying to prepare them for the real world. Workplaces often have dress codes. Do you think that argument's fair?
I do. I send my boys to school and, you know, I don't let them wear sweats. I know tons of parents do, and I don't have a problem with that, but I just feel like they need to show some respect and dress appropriately when they go to school. So I let them wear, you know, sweats on their spirit day or whatever, but, you know, I make them dress in nice, clean T-shirts or polo shirts and shorts.
And I bet a lot of parents are nodding.
Yeah,
Right,
but, so that brings up another point. Uniforms in public schools. I mean,
I would love it.
I think parents,
I would totally
that's
love
what
it.
I was
Yeah.
nervous about when I was in high school, was having to wear a uniform. But now as a parent, I think it's a great idea.
Smart.
Yeah,
I
I do
remember
too.
being a young girl and desperately wanting a pair of Guess jeans.
Right.
Do you remember
You
that?
and
The
me.
triangle on your
One of
buttocks?
the first
Yes.
purchases I made when I had money of my own was a
Yes.
pair of Guess jeans.
Well, those are Z Cavarici.
Oh yeah.
Z Cavarici.
Well, no.
Guess was where it's at.
Yes,
For the women,
yes,
yeah, right.
But the idea there was it was such a status, and all of the cool kids wore the Guess jeans.
And you had to shell out a lot of money
And you
for
had to
these.
shell a lot of money, and it said
And
something.
there was a lot of pressure to
It was a
buy
lot of
those.
pressure. And now as a parent, I don't want my child to go through that. I don't want it to be a popularity contest, what you wear. Because when you get into the workplace, as long as you're dressed professionally, I don't think it really is a popularity contest. And so I think that uniforms really aren't such a bad idea. And oh my gosh, would they make the morning shorter? I mean, that's an added half hour of my life
when
I
you're,
get
when
back.
you're fighting and wrestling and doing the whole
Yes.
thing,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
back to school shopping, not having to shell out as much money every year
Right,
for a whole
right.
set of clothes when they grow. Can we switch gears a little bit to an event that you're sponsoring and partnering, and I know some of the moms are going to be there. I love this because I'm a bargain hunter, and repurposing. Junkstock is coming back, and Momaha is a big part. How?
Yes, we're one of the sponsors.
Yeah.
I love Junkstock. I know that the event's going to be held June 20th through the 22nd, and it is kind of a catch-all to find all neat, folksy, fun things, especially if you're going to be decorating your home. I had just made a post not that long ago on Momaha's Facebook page that I'm like looking for a mid-century modern lamp, and everyone's like, duh, Junkstock, that's where it's at.
Where it's
It's
at.
incredible how big this thing is growing, because that's in my neck of the woods. I'm on 180th.
Yes.
This is on 192nd. And when I first started driving through that area during Junkstock, I'm like, what are all these people doing in this
thousands
yard,
of people.
this field.
Yeah, in a field.
It is
Bananas.
a dairy farm.
Yeah.
It's a really neat dairy farm. So, I mean, you're getting the feel of, I mean, the first year we had goats kind of in the back, kids were petting them.
It's
We're like,
evolved quickly.
Yes.
Is it 3 days, 2 days? How
It's
long does
3
it?
days.
3 days.
So there's admission, daily admission's $5.
Yeah.
You could have a weekend pass, I believe it's $12. There's music, live bands, food vendors.
And
And
bring
your
your
bloggers,
kids.
your bloggers will be there. You guys will be blogging
Yes,
from there.
several of them are there. We have a kids village where there's a dino dig, a sand pit, and a bounce house. So we'll be there hanging out with the
Love it.
parents.
I found some great things the last time I was there. So
What's
I'm
your
looking for-
favorite find?
It was this big orb that basically was an industrial type piece that I painted to hang from the ceiling.
Neat.
It was just a cool
Did you end up
concept.
painting it and hanging it from the
Yes,
ceiling?
yes. Well, I
Yeah,
painted
that's
it.
the problem. I
Haven't
find
hung it
stuff.
yet. I
don't know
painted
what to
it.
do.
Phase 1 is done. I got to move on to
you haven't
phase 2.
hung it
Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Keep in touch with all of the Momaha moms through the social outlets listed on the screen there.
Thanks, good to see you guys.
And we're still upright.
We're still standing.
You made it.
Yes.
Guess